The idea for the Pegasus Project has been around for almost 10 years now, and since then, our imaging goals for our series have constantly changed drastically. At its heart, the series was always meant to be about the adventures of a bunch of idiot but competent troopers on board a ship against a variety of threats throughout roughly 13 different seasons. We first tried to realise this vision of ours in Halo Reach and later in Halo 4, but the honest truth was, and still is somewhat to this day, we are too busy and inexperienced to dedicate ourselves properly as one would like to. As time went on and as certain pieces fell into place, a realisation was made that with the features included in Halo 5 Guardians, Project Pegasus could become a reality, but at a cost. In order to make the series a reality, the story had to adapt and change slightly to fit a non-existent release schedule. Simply put it, we had to divide our large cast into small groups and create a sort of prequel story, making a sort of mentality of a crew and family coming together. Beforehand, the main cast were on pretty good terms, but this proved to be too boring and predictable as the writing process continued. As a response, we started to inject new story arcs, the most notable of which at the moment is that of Sergeant Moa and Captain PK, who, although are currently enemies at the moment, they are working towards the same goal. The typical normal idea of a Machinima series is to give it seasons, but this became unappealing, so we changed to a chapter-based method of releasing our content. This meant that whenever we were struck with real-life problems that we had to dedicate ourselves to, we wouldn't have the stresses of having to keep to a release schedule, meaning that we would never have to release an episode unfinished to a bad quality. Because we were new to the whole editing process of Machinima videos instead of just body acting in them, it was decided to make a sort of mini expanded universe, and this led to the creation of many mini-series and short episodes. The fact that all Machinima videos within us are canon within the same world is challenging, but I think it will make the series more alive when any character from any video can have an impact at any point in the series. The best example of this so far is in episode 7 of the Pegasus Project. A very subtle link is made to the Red Shirt Trooper series we have, which in itself also has links to other various shorts we have released. The importance of this you'll have to see for yourselves as time goes on. This was mainly done, however, to make sure that we would get used to the whole new editing process we were trying out, and we could try ideas and see if they would work or not. One thing that has to be addressed is the whole learning process of recruiting new people into your dream and vision. Not long after the series was given the go-ahead again, and new people were brought on board, reality came knocking and our attention had to be placed to real-life issues. Our new recruits, however, were dedicated and followed directions well, but in the end, our lack of a filming schedule and demotivation led to the whole of them to move on to better things, which I don't blame them for one bit. These losses happened around the time of episode 3, and as a result script rewrites were needed. Characters such as Orange had to be pushed to the side temporarily, and multiple characters had to be voiced by the same person. Despite this delay, we learned of ways to film fight scenes with only 2 or 1 body actors at a time, but the downsides to this are the extra time it takes, and how obvious it is for you the viewer. The Pegasus Project was never meant to be this amazing series watched by thousands, unlike Red vs Blue, Rise of the Spartans, or even RB and the Chief. It was just meant to show that anyone could make Machinima regardless of your experience or quality, and if we have inspired even one person, our mission would be complete. For those of you who have watched and subscribed, who have stayed with us throughout the content droughts, and for those who have aided us in the creation of our small contribution to the Halo Machinima world, thank you for everything. Looking ahead to the future, episode 9 of the Pegasus Project will take the plot in a very unexpected direction and follow a new group of protagonists in the fight against the Earthbound. We also have more mini-series and non-Machinima content on the way as well. We would also like to make more experimental Machinima videos, and we would like to have more of a dialogue with all of our viewers as well. Till next time though, this has been Fireteam leader JMan567. Thank you for listening, and have fun above all before the fall.